How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another XRP video. We had the largest liquidation in crypto history, and the reported 20 billion is apparently not even the true number, which is wild because I've been through, in my 7 years in crypto, many of these liquidation events. And the largest one, to my knowledge, is at least 2 billion. I'm not sure if that was the Luna crash or something else, but that initiated the bear market. And this was a much larger one. Now, I'm not saying hand on heart or it's guaranteed bear market, but many altcoins have a lot of work to do. I really didn't like how quickly XRP dropped off. Look, it has recovered, don't get me wrong. I still really need to see it back above this neckline in order to keep this target valid. And we're there right now, but the risk is that it could be turning into resistance. So let's just actually view it as resistance. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not fool ourselves. You can see support here. And it's lost, so you now made a lower low. I know the neckline is lower, but look, it's tapping into it right now as resistance. This red line is the 200 EMA, take an average of the last 200 days. But going back to my point on not liking how violently it dropped, even though it's recovered a lot, just needs to recover this level, $2.55. But I just don't like the fact, knowing that Ripple holds majority of XRP, and how quickly this dropped off. It shows who's at fault. Well, not only is it the exchanges, but it would also be the founders of these tokens. And just quickly looking at BNB, it already made a new all-time high, so you can get the general gist of what is going on here and who's at fault. Of course, this is just to get very cheap entries, and that's why we've seen the market push back up very quickly. But let's not get it twisted. We are running back into resistance. Maybe we've pumped up too quickly. These are just the things that you need to be saying in your head. You can't just think it's only going up. You need to adjust to the times. You can't ignore 20 billion plus liquidation when previously 2 billion liquidations made the bear market. Again, not saying it's the bear market. In fact, we see the lows were held with the daily candle closes right here, that being the daily candle close at $2.37. It did go underneath and make a new low with the wicks, but I'm more concerned with the closes. And we can see going off of the last lows, the closes here, here, and now over here are all higher than the previous. So we've got higher lows and we still have higher highs. So off of this higher low, it should pivot and make a higher high. This is everyone's assumption, right? But of course, unless I'm seeing these key levels recovered, the risk is that we could go ahead and fill in the wick, coming back down to these to test those key levels. Now, of course, as you are altcoin holders, as you are XRP holders, you just want this to go up. I'm not an XRP holder myself. I only hold Bitcoin, so I really wasn't affected. And of course, for you guys right now that it's recovered, not really affected unless you are a trader. And leverage traders, pretty much all traders that were long got wiped out. It's very unfortunate. There was many reports of people with hundreds of millions getting liquidated through trading. So all XRP now needs to do is recover this. It's very important because we're seeing it under all the moving averages, even with such a significant bounce. It's technically bearish in that aspect. If we're just looking at the moving average strategy, I like a lot that it's lining up with the level I've been keeping bullish above, $2.55. The 200 EMA is now lining up there, taking an average of the last 200 days. So if you want the short to mid-term to continue bullish, you really need to see this level recovered. Now for Bitcoin, that level was maintained. So this is going to give the opportunity for the altcoins to recover their lost ones. So it's all on Bitcoin to behave. And so XRP, by recovering this level, is going to put it back on a path to this target. And this is just a measured target. The expectation is that it will go higher through the Fibonacci's here. You actually expect maybe as high as $7 to $9. It won't happen overnight, and there will be consolidations and corrections just like this one happening maybe before breaking past $5. That could happen in this general area before tapping into the next areas. So stay tuned on the channel. I'll keep you updated. At the moment now, look at this as resistance, waiting for a rejection. If you then see it recovered, that's a great sign for the bulls. But right now with the loss, I have to keep with a bearish mindset, as I've been regurgitating in all my video updates that I'm bullish above $2.55. And yes, right now it's slightly above, but it's pumping into it as resistance. So the likelihood is of rejection. So we just need to keep our eyes on it over the next coming days, which I will do for you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your way out. Now, if you want to learn how to do this as smooth as I am, use the links down below, book in a one-to-one video call with myself, or check out the ebook, do it at your own pace. I've also got a Discord community if you are interested in altcoins, personally not in altcoins. I'll tell you what I'm personally doing in there, but I also have many highly skilled traders in there sharing their own investment and trade ideas.